Good afternoon, welcome back to Expat Crib. My name is Ian and I'm back in Colombia. It looks like I am deep in the heart of the jungle already, but no, I'm just across the road from my old apartment in Provenza. And today, I'm going to take you with me as I walk from Provenza down to the metro. Again, this is the heart of the tourist zone right here. When I first moved here, none of this was here. Arte Dolce, one of the best ice cream, gelato, excellent Italian gelato, ice cream right there. And as I've shown in many of my videos, my old apartment right there in the heart of the action. When I moved here, none of this was here. None of this was here. Only over here, BBC. Right there. Bogota Beer Company was here back in the day, but nothing else. Now it's all boutique hotels in this area. So we're gonna walk down. I'm actually on my way to IKEA today. So we're gonna walk down to the metro station Poblado, and I'm gonna take you guys over to Envigado, the easy way. We're gonna walk all the way, except for the metro, of course. And I am going to point out some things along the way. But yeah, a lot of people who come here end up staying here in Provenza, which is now the tourist zone. And they come here first, and then often they want to get out and see other places. And I'm going to show you today where I think one of the best places to walk is, and that is from Provenza here. Looks like there's some kind of exercise thing going on here. Let's take a look. Oh, something going on here. But people love Provenza, and I think it's become the tourist zone because it literally looks like you're in the jungle, but you're not. You're in the heart of the hotel zone here.
Patología tiene. Entonces, si a mí no me da hasta cierto punto, lo hago suave.
Oh, something happened here. Love the bamboo here too, right along the river. By the way, this is the river that used to run, or sorry, still runs past my old apartment. It's called La Presidenta. And today, we're gonna follow this route. We're gonna follow the river right down to the metro. Let's show you this little park here, which used to be kind of a dingy little area, but they've made a really nice park out of it. Hey! How are you?
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good.
I said, hey, I'm just looking for a place to stay.
Yeah. This is Mickey. When I met Mickey on the plane the other day. So I ran into someone I met on the plane on the way back to Colombia, 2 days ago. I've been back only 2 days now, and really, really nice guy. Originally from Boston, but travels all over the world. In his 70s, you would never know it. He looks like he's 60, I don't know, 61, 62, but in super good shape, runs all over. So we are on our way down to, as I said before, on our way down to IKEA. Coming from, actually this area here is where I used to party back in the day. Not so much anymore with all my local friends at Echo Bar. This used to be called Echo Bar right here. Super cool place. Many a nights at Echo Bar. So right now we are walking through Parque Lleras, but you can hear La Presidenta River, which I'm continuing to follow. Okay, all the way down pretty much to the metro. You can see the river right there. So there's a Spanish school here, just so you guys know, in Parque Lleras. Parque Lleras has always been the party zone. Now it's kind of like the party slash, I would say, red light district, which it wasn't when I came here. Everything changed after the pandemic. And yeah, a lot of what happens here in this area is, yeah, different vocation. This area down here, not up in Provenza where we came from, but again down here, this is the club party zone. And over in the park there is kind of what's turned into the red light district. So it's Sunday morning, and I'm headed over to Viva Envigado, a big mall where the IKEA is. And yeah, I am looking for a desk. So, voila. How are you? Good? Very good, very good. Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany? Ah, good place to be from. From Canada. Yeah. But I've lived here in this neighborhood for 15 years, so long time. So welcome.
Bye, have a nice day. Have a nice day.
You too. I met some really friendly people there from Germany. So I gave them the lowdown on everything related to the park here. What to do, what not to do. I went by here a little while ago. This is where the Harley Davidson dealership was. Still have their signage up, but they've actually moved to, I think it's called Lamont, up by Indiana Mall. So here's the river again. And just so you know, on a Friday night, Saturday night, there's a lot of people around here, but this beautiful little park here, Parque La Presidenta, I would advise not walking through at night unless you see police presence here. I used to come through here all the time, but in the last few years things have changed quite a bit here, so you got to take care always. But on a Sunday afternoon, usually you're good to go. Not a problem. So, beautiful little park here, Parque La Presidenta. River Park. Actually did a video going through this park not long ago, but today we're gonna head right down to the metro so you guys can see. If you're here for 2-3 days a week and you want to get out and you want to do a good walk. Oh, by the way, you could have walked down 10th Street, the famous 10th Street, just so you guys know. and that takes you right down to the metro. But we're taking the scenic route today. There's a beautiful river park here. This park is really famous for butterflies too. A lot of butterflies here. This is considered a botanical park. Someone. But yeah, if you're here for 2-3 days, a week, a month, you should definitely take this route down to the metro station. I'll teach you how to get onto the metro, and then off to Envigado. And just in my humble opinion, everything to the kind of east of the metro down this way, I would say very safe. You always have to take care everywhere, but it's a zone from Poblado over to Envigado, Sabaneta, where I have no hesitation walking, again, for the most part. Very, very safe. Especially Envigado. Nothing goes down there without the people in the know knowing. So Envigado, very safe. Definitely parts of Poblado, very safe too. All over the city. What I love about Medellin, very active city. It's funny, I ran into the new friend, Mickey, that I met on the plane the other day, because I was walking around. And that's the thing, is I know a lot of people in the city now, and basically it's an outdoor city. And the great thing about it is that you run into people that you would never run into like back home, because everything is so car centric in the United States and Canada. Totally different. But here, because it's so outside centric, you run into people, you know. Always cleaning up around here. Outside dining all over the city. So easy to start up a restaurant here and have a patio because the weather is so inviting. So I enjoyed my trip back to Canada. I was only there for a couple of weeks. A lot of people don't know that because I shot about 6 videos before I left. But I got back, as I said, just a couple days ago, and very happy to be back. So we've hit Ciclavia, which Happens every Sunday and also on holidays. Ciclavia was originally created in Bogota for people to get out and walk on the main streets. Now it's all over the world. I think parts of the US, even in Canada at times, I think they do it now. But yeah, this is Ciclavia. But we're gonna keep heading down this way to the metro. So right here, again, just for bearings, we came down the La Presidenta Park, and WeWork is right here. So if you see the WeWork, that corner right here, you just keep going this way. So as I said, I really enjoyed being back in Canada for a bit, but just for a bit. This is definitely home right now. And a lot of people know that I used to live in the city of Medellin, in Poblado and Provenza for many years, but about 4 or 5 years ago, I moved just outside of the city. Prefer it out there. I prefer the weather, where it's a variance of about 10 degrees from the nighttime to the day, from 15 Celsius at night to 24, 25 in the day. Medellin now, which they still call the Eternal Spring City, but it's more like the Eternal Summer City now, goes down to a low of the lows is around 18 Celsius at night, up to 28 degrees in the daytime. I'd say 27, 28 is a normal daytime temperature here now. Whereas when I first came here, it was probably 25 to 26. Doesn't usually get into the 30s, maybe a couple weeks a year, but generally you're in that 28 Celsius range. I'll put it in Fahrenheit for our American, or I should say, the people from the United States. I can't even say American anymore because sometimes Colombians get offended by that term because they think they're Americans too. They're like, we're Americans. So yeah, that's the thing here. Not with everyone, but they consider themselves from the Americas. The other thing that I learned when I came down here is in school we're taught in Canada, the United States, Europe, that there are 7 continents. Here in Latin America, I believe Colombia, they are taught that there are 5 continents. So really good hotel right there. El Cielo, really good restaurant too. So by the way, we are in the district of Astorga here. This is Astorga, and we are on the edge of Patio Bonito. Just ahead here. I did a walk this way, as I said, not long ago, where I showed off some of the major parks in Poblado. So yes, taking you guys with me today because I need a desk. So I'm going to IKEA just to get some ideas. May not buy from there because there's a lot of good ideas and desks made in my little home city pueblo of El Retiro, which is a woodworker's town. So I'm getting some ideas from IKEA, but we'll probably have it handmade in my town. So let's see. So yeah, I was here about a month ago. This park here is Parque Ballerina, dedicated to the life of Isabel Cristina Restrepo Cardenas. as you can see. I showed this a little while ago. So we're gonna walk through the park here. There's always a police presence over here in the park, which is great. But we are now in Patio Bonito. From here, we're really close to the metro. At the end of the park here, we hit the big grocery store, Exito. It's one of the flagship stores for the Exito chain of grocery stores, which I believe Exito and Exito are one company. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's one company. Two different brands within the company. This down here is it's called Exito Wow, which is Exito Wows, I believe, are their flagship stores. Really good grocery store. When I first came here, it was so-so, but they renovated it a few years ago. It's very, very nice. They don't have anything like Whole Foods here, but they do have grocery stores that are, I would say, not on par, but fairly upscale. And this one here, they did a really beautiful job of renovating. So as you come to the bottom of the park here, you're gonna hit the parking lot, and then we're gonna go from here over to the metro station. Again, it's a walk that everyone who comes to the city for the first time, if you want to go to Envigado, you should definitely do this walk. So this is the Exito right here. We're at the back of the Exito Wow. And again, at Exito Wow, really good groceries here, really good fruits and vegetables. It's, as I said, a chain, but they have everything from electronics here to clothing, everything. A one-stop shop, basically. And then in the back here, they've got Mimo's ice cream place. They've got a hot dog place, empanadas. They've got a deli right there. It's a cafe. Lucerito right there. And then there's the entrance right there to the grocery store. You can get your McDonald's McFlurry right here. But we don't have time for that today. I walk so I don't get fat. But lately in business is getting pretty busy, and I may end up getting a vehicle again. As people know in this channel here, I promote a lot of real estate here in the city and in the future in other places abroad, helping people find their happy place abroad. This is the place that I found for me, and it was a good place to start for sure. But yeah, as people know, I'm in real estate here, and I have a business partner, Camilo, that I work with, and he usually shows clients around. And we have other associates too that we introduce our clients to find places. But it's gotten busy in the last little while, especially out where I am. A lot of people, when people traditionally came here looking for real estate, it was apartments in the city here. But now a lot of empty nesters and other people are looking to buy fincas or casas outside of the city. Again, if you're coming from Vancouver, for under $1 million now you can build your dream house here that in Vancouver would probably cost you $5 to $6 million there. Same in places like New York and areas of Miami too, parts of Florida. But here you can still build in beautiful areas for reasonable prices. Again, the prices have gone up on building materials here over the last few years quite a bit. So not as cheap as it used to be, but just for reference, you can buy a beautiful dream lot here on an acre of land in a gated subdivision still for, I want to say, between 200 and 300,000. And then you can build for another anywhere from 300 to 400,000 of what would cost double or triple in Canada or the United States, certain parts of the United States, sorry, I should say. There are still places in the United States that are cheaper than this area right here. So I just want to make that clear. People pointed out in the comments, if you're coming from a place like Alabama, again, I know there's high-end areas in Alabama, but there are areas there where it's still probably cheaper than areas here in Poblado. So right across the street here is the metro station. Light, there we go. As I say in all my videos, even if you have the right of way here on a crosswalk, always take care, because they may not stop for you. So we are now just entering the Poblado metro station. We're just outside here. Right over there is the technology mall, that blue mall there, and then there's a Home Depot, or they call it Home Center, just on the other side there too, just so you guys know. So just up the stairs there is the Poblado metro station. We are Poblado metro station. So the metro has different lines, but essentially it runs right down the river. I believe, someone can correct me in the comments, but the metro runs to the north and to the south of the city. There are other parts of the metro that run east and west, but the major metro line here, and this is the autopista, runs south to north. So, and just so you guys know, if you're coming here for the first time, you go there, you get a card, and then you put some money on the card. Each trip, I believe, is around 80 cents. I think it's under $1. So yeah, just so you know. But I've got my own Civic card right here. You get something just like this, and then you put some money on it. All right, I'll catch you on the train. Not easy. Oh, we want to go this way. So we are headed towards Envigado. So we are headed south, I believe. I have to check my compass. But that train there that goes to IKEA goes to the north part of the city. That one will connect you with the metro cables, the cable cars. So, right now, we are here in Poblado, and we are going to Envigado, to Viva. If you kept going, you go to Sabaneta. But I believe that in this area here, everything here is really very safe to walk. If you don't know this area here, you probably shouldn't go this way. There are areas like Caribe. I believe that's where you get the metro cable. Downtown at the right times, you need to know when to go. But basically, if you're in Poblado and you're staying up in Provenza or Parque Jerez, that area in the hotel zone, Poblado, this metro station, all the way this way. Good. Viva Envigado. So it's actually 2 metro stations, and then you get off at the 3rd when you're in Poblado. So from the Poblado metro station, there's a total of 3 stations. You get off at the 3rd, which is Envigado.
Está cerca del parcial, un pedacito de Medellín en miniatura, 14 lugares de nuestra ciudad para celebrar la Feria de las Flores, hasta el 24 de agosto en Viva Envigado.
We are Envigado. So in the Envigado station here, there's a walkway and you're connected to Viva Envigado, which I believe when it opened was the biggest mall in Colombia. I don't know if it still is, someone can correct me, but it is a big mall. So the mall is just over this way, but it's fairly connected. Again, river runs right through the city of Medellin. That's the south, that's the north. So the metro buses that connect you from different parts of Envigado to the Envigado station.
Olha, profetas.
So you walk past the buses here as you get off the metro at street level, and then off in the distance there you can see the escalator, and takes you up to the walkway that takes you right to the mall. And by the way, the IKEA, which opened just this year, yeah, I believe it was this year, 2025. It opened a few years later after the mall opened, but it's been very popular here in Colombia. And again, it's sometimes where I go to get certain things. Not everything is well made there, but again, there's some cool IKEA hacks you can do. But at places like IKEA, H&M, Starbucks, PriceSmart, which is like Costco in Canada and the US, that have come here from North America and from Europe, and sometimes just make me feel like I'm back in Canada. Again, I'm not sure if it's a good thing sometimes or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. There's some franchises here, definitely, that are good. And then there's some franchises here, like the Juan Valdez, Pergaminos of the world, Al Alma, one of my favorite breakfast places that have have been created here in Colombia. So they have their own flavor, which I really like. So right over to the right here, major development going in. I believe residential. There'll be some commercial there too. But again, right beside a major shopping mall, right by the metro, obvious choice. It's funny, growing up in Vancouver, where all the expensive property along the metro because of convenience. Well, in Medellin, the metro, I think things are changing now. I've seen a lot of places being developed right by the metro, and it's for obvious reasons. It's just easy to travel on the metro, really good access. So I believe a lot of the property along the metro now is going up in price. But traditionally in Medellin, that was not the case. So here we are, Envigado, IKEA. Excuse me. Just getting over a cold. Again, every time I go to Canada, I get a cold. So now we are in Viva Envigado at the IKEA. I am, again, as I said early on, taking everyone from Provenza to the metro station Poblado to Envigado over to IKEA. And I'm meeting a friend here who is going to take me out for lunch. There it is, IKEA. It's the entrance. I don't know if they're going to take me to IKEA for lunch or somewhere else. But this is Viva Envigado here. And yeah, I think they are very close by. But I'm going to end things off right here. So this is Ian from Expat Crib. Hope you've enjoyed this walk to the metro station in Poblado, from Provenza to Envigado to Viva Envigado to IKEA. This is Ian from Expat Crib, and see you in the next video.